In this video, we're going to be doing a solo flawless run of the Pit of Heresy dungeon. This is a build we're running again. Easy mode, Striker Titan, Thunder Crash, Rally Barricade, Strafe Lift, Seismic Strike, Pulse Grenade, Storm's Keep, Knockout, Beacons, Discharge, Resistance, and Frequency. Mint Retrograde, any Arc Primary, Thunderlord, Tablet of Ruin, Insurmountable Skull Fort, so arc melee kills grant health and melee energy, infinite shoulder charge as long as you're getting kills. High melee stat to pair with that. These are the mods I got on the armor and weapons. And then we're going to be switching to the half damage super bugged artifact, since the final boss in this dungeon doesn't have that much health, 42,500, so not nearly as much as some of the other bosses like 100,000 and 120,000, so half damage is plenty enough to one-shot him, so you don't need the Curus of the Falling Star, just running the same Insurmountable Skull Fort, so I still have infinite shoulder charge as long as I'm getting kills, but pushing the super stat as high as I can with that gear to maximize the damage there. And then 7 times Thunderous Retort on MPA Repulsion Regulator, so to get the bugged artifact, just load into a competitive Crucible game, and then when you're flying in from orbit, it'll lock your artifact, and then you can put as many duplicates on there as you want. So since Thunderous Retort's in the first column, you can put up to 7, but if you're going to duplicate any one of these, you can only put up to 5, and then these ones only up to 2. But massive arc damage super as long as you are either amplified or critically wounded, and then the rest is all the same as the other Insurmountable Skull Fort. So this first section is the same as the Beneath the Necropolis Pinnacle Ops. This first section, you've already done that. I have already done that one, so know this section, but beyond that, I wasn't too sure how to do it. So the first clear I did of this took me like just under 40 minutes, but this was my second clear, solo flawless, in like 24 minutes, under 24 minutes. Definitely do it faster in certain sections, but still not too familiar with it, you know? Only 2 completions, so. Beyond this first section, it was still a little iffy. Yeah, this one you're just gonna go down into the tunnels, follow the light. Got a rally barricade there if you need it, but you don't really need it unless you need ammo. The spiderweb right there.
Spiders. I hate spiders.
Pretty cool looking dungeon though. Definitely the design of it is pretty neat. Even though it's fairly simple dungeon. Relatively easy as long as you're comfortable with puzzles and platforming. There's only actually one boss, and he doesn't have a whole lot of health, so. One of the more simple dungeons, and one of the easier ones for sure, as long as you're comfortable with some of the jumping puzzles and that kind of stuff. So you're just looking at the symbols here to match. You need the sword for the rooms with the symbols. Just gonna look around at the room, see if I can find what we're looking for. That's one of them. Just gonna drop down here, kill these enemies. You gotta kill the yellow guy. Open up the field door. Pit Keeper. Once he's dead, you can go in the room. Oh, okay. That was a waste, but they disappeared. Nice. This guy is the knight, so you just have to do light attacks on him. That's the only way to damage him. And block his attacks, and then attack with the light attacks. That's one. And take the elevator up so I can get a look around from a high advantage point. I don't know why I take damage right in the elevator. Weird, you know? Avoid the ogre. So this is another one we need. For the pit keeper to open the door. This is the wizard. I have to do heavy attacks. That's the only way to damage him. But I'm gonna kill these 2 other wizards in here real quick. That way you don't get melted. A fresh sword. I'll take that. It's 40 something on the sword. It's probably not enough to finish this guy. Especially when objects block your shots. Might have been just enough. But 43 is plenty enough for the last guy, the eye beamer. All you have to do is block, reflect. But there's a fresh sword, I'll take that. Didn't grab it, nice. Grab the wrong one, nice. Gotta love the game, doesn't work half the time, you know? This game would be amazing if the devs actually knew how to program the game. Wasn't spaghetti code. Melees don't work half the time. It is 2017 game though, so 9 years old. And then I'm sure they were using same engine, same code as Destiny 1, the original 2014, so definitely showing its age. This is the right room, but I got confused. I got confused. There's the I-beam guy, so that's the room we want. There are 2 ogres in here, so just get rid of the ogres. And then block to reflect the beams right back at him to damage the dude. Piece of cake. That's it for this section, so now you just gotta find the giant laser shooting into the sky, the green laser. Go there. Kill the pit keeper in that room, the yellow guy, and then that's it for this section. Pretty easy. As long as you know where the symbols are. A lot of path to them. You don't have to go searching for sword guys. So if you can't find the sword guys naturally, you can go in any of the rooms that don't have the right symbol, and they'll be in those. They'll be in the rooms that aren't one of the 3 symbols you're looking for. One of the guaranteed ways to get another sword if you can't find them out in the world. This, you're gonna drop down to the right into the lit crevice. Just follow the path all the way down. Follow the lights. Lights lead the way. In this section, you just gotta find the 3 rooms with the enemies in them to kill the yellow guy who holds the orbs, to dunk the orbs while avoiding the ogres who are invincible. This is one of the rooms. There's the guy right there. The knight, heretical knight, drop an orb, grab that, and then run towards one of the 3 gates. There's the ogre, just bypassing. If he's right on you, can jump and melee with the orb. To dodge, just go zigzag to dodge the ogre. I got speed booster, so I can run pretty fast, but without speed booster, you're pretty slow, so it's best to just jump and melee, go faster. Second room, heretical knight. Grab the orb. Totally blocking the way, you fat ogre. Get out of here. Number 2. You can duck into these little things if you need to, but last one. Grab that, except you didn't grab it. Go to the last gate. Avoid this guy. And it locks on even though I'm looking in a completely different direction. I don't want you to play for me, Bungie. Let me do what I'm trying to do. I'm looking a completely different direction. Shouldn't lock on in 180. This one you just gotta stay on this cylinder symbol to not die, because if you're off it too long, the thing above it will turn red, fiery, and it'll kill you. You'll wipe. So. But you do gotta kill these yellow guy heretical knights to get the orbs to dunk it. You gotta do it 5 times. Step on there so we don't wipe there. Watch out for the knights who spawn up top. They'll boom on you. Killing all the enemies so you don't get too overwhelmed. Trying to see where the knight is. Not over here. Back on the platform. Oh, he's in the middle over there. The farthest one. Worst. Now he spawned over here to the right too, though. Hang out on that a little bit. Calm it down, and then dunk. That's 2. Nice miss. Nice miss, dude. Kill the knights again. Might as well just slam this guy. Do it quick. Again, 180 lock on. So annoying. Kill the knights again. Another heretical knight to the left. Gotta watch out for the exploders. Oh, there was no knight over here. Just a regular guy with one of the knight guns. Nice. debated me. There's one over there and super far away. But you have to wait just to make sure you actually have it, because sometimes it doesn't work. You do the whole grab it, but it doesn't grab it sometimes. Can't trust it, you know? You gotta confirm it before you leave. The knight to the right. Oops, like that. And then 180 again. Great. Do that one more time. There's the knight. So the knight's up top. Gonna get boomed on. That guy teleport to the other side though. Didn't even jump. Nice. That's it. That was the Beneath the Necropolis section. So this next section is jumping puzzles, avoiding obstacles. So just gotta avoid these things from knocking you off, but you can drop down to each ledge. So now I'm stuck, like magnetized to the wall. I can't get off. Let's avoid that. Bouncing off everything instead of landing on it. I'm just gonna turn around and look at the symbols we need to match here. So these are the symbols we're looking for, but enemies with the wizard will be there. And then you got this chest symbol over here. There is a hidden chest there. Not really hidden, since it tells you where it is, but you can only get it the first time. They didn't give me anything this time. The first time you get it, you do get something. Now you're just gonna do this platforming section, avoiding the obstacles, while trying to find the 3 symbols with the wizard and enemies on them to kill the 3 wizards. That'll open up the next section. So, having enemy on the radar kind of gives you an idea of which way to go, but some enemies are just stragglers too. They're not the actual wizards you want. I'm not too sure if this section is always the same, like the symbols are always in the same location, or if it's randomized. If they're always in the same location, then I guess you can do it pretty fast if you map it out. But if it's randomized, then you just gotta go around and looking for them. That's not one of them. There are enemies here, but no wizards, so this is not the right area either. There's the wizard. Found one. That's 1 of 3. So this is the path to the next section. Once you do all 3 symbols, you can go through there. Got another wizard right here. It's 2 of 3. There's a platform over here to the left you can check. That's not one of them though. Trying to see which way the radar is trying to lead me, but this looks like a dead end. You just gotta wrap around. Bump me off, you jerk. Okay, just taking my time, slow and steady, since going for flawless. And still not very familiar with this area, so once you get more familiar with it, you can probably breeze through it a lot faster, but best to play it safe when it's your first time through, especially if you're going for a solo flawless. Got a knight here, but not a wizard. There we go. There's the wizard. Now we got all 3, so now we just gotta head back to that door with the symbols above it. That should be unlocked now. Got a bit turned around here. I don't think this is the right way. Actually, it might have been. You just go through that section, but just go the way that I know. Wait for the 2 to come down and then run through. Yeah, definitely can go a lot faster in this section. As long as you're familiar with the layout, but like I said, only my second completion. Still figuring out the layout. All right. Now we're just going to head down and to the left. Follow the light. This is gonna be the final boss section. So, the only real boss. Everything else is just basically platforming and killing normal enemies. Puzzle solving and platforming mostly. So now we're going to switch to the bug loadout with half super damage, since not curious of the falling star, but enough damage to kill this boss while also still having infinite shoulder charge as long as you get a kill with it. So this boss, you're just going to kill the heretical knights to grab the swords, and then repeat the process from the first section. Grab the sword. So heavy attack on the wizard, but you might want to kill these enemies while this other guy chases me, trying to drop the sword, but it takes forever to do anything. Almost died there. Probably a good idea to kill the enemies first. That way you can just focus on doing what you need to do while not dying to this guy. Although they do keep spawning too. Guy's got infinite shooting. Kill that, grab the orb, gonna dunk one of those. Now I gotta get super back before we do all three. Kill some of these enemies, get some super back. Grab the sword, go to the next section. This one's the eye beamer, so you just gotta deflect everything here. Block to deflect. These guys get some supercharged. Grab the orb. Drop it in. Some more kills here for some super energy. And the sword. Last one is the knight, just light attacks while dodging or blocking his attacks. Thought that was the boss for a second, but it's just one of these sword guys. Sword block my grenade. I like how melees go through the guy, teleport through the body. Grab that orb of power. There we go. Got super, so we're good. Dunk it one last time. Don't have amplified, but we are critically wounded, so super time, and he did. Solo flawless, not bad. Yeah, definitely one of the more straightforward dungeons. Simple, not necessarily easy, but simple. As long as you're comfortable with puzzles and traversal platforming, not too bad. Boss health not bad, half normal. Yep. Under 28 minutes.